Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Wrassle Graps podcast. Today, discussing the March 23rd episode of AEW Dynamite, a show that, when all was said and done, I believe personally was fine.
Yup,
It was
definitely.
okay.
Yeah, I thought it was okay. Honestly,
And
there was some kind of iffy things on the show, and there were also good stuff. So it was a mix of everything.
we're going to get into all of it. We're going to start, though, from the very top. CM
Wait,
Punk's.
wait, didn't even introduce ourselves.
Oh, yeah, right. Forgot about that. Um, my name is Chris.
My name is Vincent.
Hey, now you know who we are.
Now you
CM
know, yeah.
Punk versus Dax Harwood in his first match in a while.
This match was really fucking good.
It was two good wrestlers having a good match. That's all it was.
Yeah, like honestly, that's all I could ask for. CM Punk coming back, of course, returning after that dog collar match. He needed to win. He needed to look good, and Dax Harwood was that guy that helped him look good.
CM Punk gets a win, and FTR starts a feud with the Ass Boys. Everyone wins.
Yeah, I guess so. I guess so. But yeah, this really shows you how good like both Dax and Wheeler are as an actual like singles wrestlers too.
Yeah.
Because they're
I
not
just
just good as a tag team; they can be good as singles wrestlers as well.
I really like the versatility of those two guys. They're fantastic as a tag team. If you ever need a week, we just need a spot to fill in a singles match. One of those guys to fill in and do a great job.
Like that's kind of similar with the Young Bucks. It's kind of similar with Top Flight. You know, you can throw any of those guys in there, and they can put on a good ass singles match and a good tag team. So I love when that happens. Like
Yeah,
where
no,
like
I completely agree.
you can have different options for these different people.
Yeah. And back to the other thing though. The Ass Boys were in fact in the crowd at first. So they were random shirtless fans. I was very confused by that.
It could
Uh,
have been. I mean, Texas is wild.
it's Texas. You know what people say about Texas.
They're
But
dumb, they're stupid, like Kevin Owens would always say.
Kevin Owens, MJF on this very show, any heel that wanted heel heat. Patrick, from SpongeBob.
Even Dan Lambert said it, shockingly.
No, really, I think it's just an anti-Texas thing, which is
I think people
understandable.
just hate Texas, I don't know, but
Did they come up with country music? That's
well,
probably why.
I heard they got some good barbecue in Texas.
Yeah, I looked this up now. But
I mean, I'm sure they got good barbecue. I mean, look up good barbecue, Texas.
oh no, not that. Uh,
Look up
I
good
mean,
ribs, Texas, man.
I'm sure if the South is saying anything correctly, it's food.
Yeah, true.
But
I mean, a lot of country music is good. Some is actual garbage, but it is what it
there,
is. A lot of
there's a
country music blends with like Christian music, which kind of sucks. But
oh,
yeah,
okay. It wasn't Texas. It was Tennessee. But
well, Tennessee, yeah. I mean, yeah, Nashville's the home of country music.
that is true. They're my least favorite place. But
I've been to Nashville. I mean, it was a fun time.
look, I'm just gonna throw it out there. If you like country music, I don't like you, and that's just how it is.
You don't like me, Chris? That's fucked up, man.
I'm not
I
saying
mean, I
if
don't
you like.
listen to it on the regular, but I do enjoy it here and there. Where like when you're just chilling, you want to listen to an old country song or something.
If you like
It's not
some
the
of it,
worst.
if you like
But I
one or
feel like a
two,
lot of country music is just pop music, but different.
if you come
Like
out here and you're
currently,
like,
you know,
I enjoy one song or one or two songs, whatever, that's cool. You come out here naming your top three artists as Luke Bryant and this person, every country artist under the sea, under the sun,
yeah,
don't talk to me.
yeah. I can't make a list of exactly who the fuck I like. I'm more into rap music personally, like hip hop music, but that's me. And then
If you
I'm of
can,
course into I like every other genre pretty much.
if you can give me your top five favorite list of country musicians, then stay away from me because that means you listen to at least five country artists, and that's too many.
That means you listen to the albums.
Exactly. It, it's like people who like K-pop and BTS, man, stay all the way over there. Granted, K-pop at times is a lot better than country music, but
Go listen to some Big Time Rush and then come back to me, okay?
exactly. Anyways, back to this. Um, so Punk wins. That match is over. Get to a quick promo from the Jericho Appreciation Society, and it was a quick promo of Jericho explaining how John Silver met him at a meet and greet a bunch of years ago when he was younger, and how he will
Listen,
not be
everybody, like
winning.
everyone on the AEW roster just meets their like favorite wrestlers in the past, and then they come to AEW and they're like, "Oh, you're here and you're old."
And they all just so happen to have an 8x10 or a little photograph of it.
Yeah, they all have it downloaded and saved on their laptop or something.
It's the background for them too
Yeah,
on the
it's like
laptop and everything.
Stan, but less dramatic.
But yeah, no, this is honestly be kind of messed up if you could do a more toned down version of Stan and turn that into a storyline on
Like
AEW. I'd
nobody
love to see
drives
it.
off the bridge, but
Yeah,
they just have a match.
no one kills themselves and pregnant wife at the end. It's just a match. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe he writes a bunch of angry letters to them threatening to do weird things, but that's besides the point.
Yeah, perhaps.
So next up, we get to a very, very fun match, the eight-man tornado tag match. Team Sting with the Hardy Boys taking on Butcher Blade and Private Party.
Uh, this was the best thing on the show because it was the most exciting thing on the show.
It's the most exciting thing. Jeff Hardy did something crazy, and he's only been there for like 3 weeks. And it's good to see him back.
I love Jeff Hardy, bro.
Jeff Hardy, he's great. I've never been like a number one Jeff Hardy fan, but I like him.
I joined as soon as he left WWE. Like I joined before he left WWE, but like kind of was around. Like I didn't get to see all his crazy ass stunts. And then he went to TNA. I kind of didn't follow him for a little while. I kind of followed him a little bit. That's about it. And then he came back to WWE, and then kind of nostalgia came back to me a little bit.
Yeah, I remember when I was younger. I didn't remember much about his AEW run. I knew that he lost to CM Punk and had to leave, or that was the storyline, anyways. But I remember seeing videos of, like, it's great during the Attitude Era. He had some good stuff after that. He had that Victory Road 2011 thing, and that's really all anyone ever talked about before the final deletion came back to WWE. That was all a lot of fun. But after
Yeah,
2017, I want to say he had a whole period, him and Matt, where it just wasn't anything interesting, just like most things on Raw and SmackDown.
yeah.
But
Overall, though, Jeff Hardy really he hasn't lost much because he just dove off this fucking balcony like it was nothing or whatever it was. Honestly,
to
what do
be
you call
honest,
that thing? Honestly,
I don't even know what that is. That's like
a
yeah,
ledge.
I guess so, an indoor ledge.
Yeah,
But,
because it's like a wall thing. It's like I don't know
it's like a part of a wall. It's like a support
exactly.
beam, support pillar. Maybe
Yeah, so maybe I don't know.
that's a really cool spot though. Reminded me a lot of when he did the Swanton bomb onto Sheamus and Cesaro at WrestleMania that one time.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that did happen.
I just remember it because Sheamus took off and Cesaro, the ladder didn't break, so he just took all of Jeff Hardy's legs on him.
Yeah, this motherfucker Jeff Hardy doesn't even give a fuck about you. Okay, when he's jumping from that high, he's like, "Look, I don't care about you down there. I'm just gonna hit it, and that's gonna be it. All right."
I'm doing the spot. I'm doing the spot. I'm getting the pop. That's it. That's all we're doing.
That's what it's all about.
Honestly, in the past few weeks, I've been more excited about Jeff Hardy than I have in the past 3 years. So I'm really happy that he's here now.
Man, I really wish Matt Hardy ever stopped doing the broken thing. I really wish
I
they never
also do.
stopped. I mean, I know he's like, "Oh, it's dead gimmick. No one liked it anymore." But it could have worked if you just made it work. But I don't think he wanted to. And I think that's what happened.
I remember most of what he did with the broken gimmick after getting to AEW, besides that one match he had at the Stadium Stampede thing. I don't
Like he
remember much
showed
of
up,
him.
right? Yeah, yeah, he showed up. Everyone was kinda excited about him. He was doing the whole delete thing and the broken thing, and it was gonna be a good time. He was about to put his vision out there. Now, I guess the whole pandemic could have clouded the whole vision he was going to do, like clouded whatever creative direction he was gonna take the character because there were no fans there. But especially when the fans came back, you could bring it back, like somehow, some way, and kind of rekindle that and do more creative stuff.
I know, but some
Like,
of the
that
best
gimmick doesn't have to be in the trash can. Like, it can come out of the trash can anytime you wanted it to, and you can use it again. Like, for him, I think he thinks it's dead in the water. No one will ever care about it again.
I never had an issue with it. I don't even know what stopped him from doing it, really. I know he decided to stop doing it because he thought no one cared, but I don't know if there was an incident specifically where he's like, "Okay, this isn't working anymore." But,
Yeah, it was working, honestly, and, like, you didn't have to do too much crazy spots either. It was really just all about the character.
and also the fan argument's so weird to me because most of the greatest stuff that his character didn't have fans involved, like the final deletion and all that kinda crazy stuff, you know?
Yeah. It kinda remade, like, Hardy into something else, like somebody else that he wasn't before. Like, now he's a nostalgia act again, after being a big money Mac guy, so, like, I don't know, I feel like he could just go back to being that, you know, what was it called? Broken Matt Hardy? Man, he'd be, good.
Man, when he came to AEW, I thought we were getting Senior Benjamin back. I thought we were getting some wait, was that what happened? I think it was, I think that's what happened. He had that whole Sammy Guevara feud, and he's like, "Yeah, this isn't working anymore."
Maybe, maybe.
I could have
That was
sworn
that was a bad match, man, that was terrible, and I don't think it was their fault, really. They were trying to do some crazy spots, and they just didn't end well. That guy
I
didn't end badly, like, terribly.
I don't blame him at all. I think that the problem with that whole feud was that it was never supposed to go that far. I think it was supposed to end with that one match where Matt, took that scary bump. I think because it didn't get dragged out, I think that's why no one really cared anymore.
Yeah.
But, no,
That's so unfortunate, but yeah.
that's a discussion for later. Leave your thoughts on that down below if you have any. On,
But yeah,
moving
Jeff
forward.
Hardy, though, killed it.
Jeff Hardy killed it, everyone involved killed it. It was a lot of fun. Go watch it if you have.
Yeah. Sting still got it.
He does. He still does. I love the point there where Sting doesn't dive, and Joey Shivani's on commentary going, "I told him don't dive anymore. Don't dive," and he just dives. I don't know. Oh my god!
I love that. That was fantastic. I love Tony Schiavone sometimes, and I hate him sometimes.
Like 90% of the time, it's Sully, but 10% of the times he's funny sometimes.
Exactly, yeah.
And this was one of those occasions.
Yeah. I'd rather just have Excalibur and Taz, but whatever.
I think we should get the superior commentary team, Taz, Chris Jericho, and JR, and that should be it.
Oh, at least Taz is good. Why are you doing that?
Hmm?
Why not have Tony Schiavone, Chris Jericho, and JR?
I just want the most awkward team of people on there. JR,
Well, I mean, I
Taz.
guess Taz does get awkward around Chris Jericho.
Yeah, I just want them to keep doing that thing they did on Rampage one time where they just keep making in jokes that no one else understands but them. They keep
Yeah.
laughing about it. And
I
JR's
mean,
is hilarious.
technically, Tony and JR do that too.
They do poor Excalibur, he's
But
so
it's
there, like,
way worse references because it's all the way back in the day. All the way.
I just feel bad for Excalibur, they do that, and then Excalibur's are like, "Yeah, yeah, that's funny. But did you guys hear about that show we're doing next week in Texas? That's
I
kind
mean,
of
he's really
crazy."
just the guy in the mask.
It's kind of there to be there. William Regal comes out, disrespects him on a weekly basis.
Hey, guy with the mask, how you doing?
Anyway, speaking of William Regal, his dudes came out, had a match with the Varsity Blondes, won a
Yeah.
good couple minutes. Uh,
They said their
that was
name
fun.
was Violence. That's crazy.
Their team specifically, the Blackpool Combat Club. That's what they said in the promo
I love
afterwards.
that. Hey, that sounds great.
It sounds like a very badass name.
Yeah, that's actually awesome. I mean, if Bilo Yuta's joining it, because I mean, we can, we'll get to that later, but that could be really cool.
And so some quick notes from this match. Julia Hart is still doing that weird gimmick she has where no one knows what's up with her. She's
So
being kind
she's
of weird.
joining House of Black, right?
Right, but I thought it would have happened by now.
Yeah, I feel like they're drawing it out, but no one actually cares about it. So why are they doing that?
They haven't made a big deal out of it enough to the point where anyone remembers this happening or cares that it's happening, in my opinion. Which is unfortunate because it could be interesting, but they just casually reference it every once in a while. At least on Dynamite, I don't know what they do on Elevation and Dark and all that. But
Yeah,
on
who watches
Dynamite,
Dark really? Who watches Dark?
there's about a couple people, at least three people. But for us who don't really watch a lot during the week, I would like more elaboration if that's the case.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I'm not sure if she's even doing anything on Dark, you know?
I
I'm
don't
not
know.
sure if
Like,
she's doing
probably.
anything anywhere else or if they kinda just bring her in randomly here and there to tell the story, but not actually tell the story.
Yeah. I think the bigger issue is that Varsity Blondes was never that big of an act to the point where you could take someone out of that group or tell a story with one of them
Honestly,
like that, where that people
the
would care.
person you pull out of Varsity Blondes is Brian Pillman Jr. because he has the name.
Right. And bring back the loose cannon gimmick for him.
Yeah, you do something with that. And because when he was doing that thing with MJF, it wasn't perfect, but you could tell the guy had some fucking energy.
There was stuff there, yeah. I
There
mean,
was stuff there that you can work on and you can make actually good. So,
it's, it's
he
like
had so
a
much potential.
it's not like they're the thing either, where they don't have enough tag teams. They have plenty of tag teams there. You could break that whole thing up if you wanted to.
Griff Garrison, though, I don't know what to do with him.
Griff Garrison's best moment was getting yelled at by Brody Lee for not being Jungle Boy, and that's it.
He could just be Jungle Boy in the Lucha, in the, what's it called? The Jurassic Express.
Being Christian, yes.
Yeah, he could replace Christian. Boom, there you go.
He'd be Marco
He
Stunt,
fits
but
in, he
taller.
looks like a Jungle Boy or something. So, I mean, go for it.
Just like Marco Stunt and have them do a gimmick where they don't know what's going on. They just assume that Marco looks different.
Marco grew a little bit.
Marco hit puberty finally. There you go.
Yeah. Hey guys, I'm Marco Stunt. Holy shit, Marco, you're back from The Voice? Yep, I'm back from The Voice. La da dee da da. Oh, that's definitely his voice, yeah.
A little different. I mean, you're blonde. That's the whole thing. That's kind of weird. Whatever.
Kinda weird, champ, but I mean, join us again, man. We can make some good stuff at.
Yeah, we'll get to Jurassic Express later, but moving on. The blondes lose, of
Everybody's back
course.
up. Everybody.
The blondes lose to Regal's lads there, and Moxley cuts a
They
promo.
should have been called Regal's Lads. That's the name.
That's the name I wrote down. I was like, that's it sounds very British. Sounds very much like a thing that would happen.
Very
But they were,
tough.
Blackpool Combat Club's also pretty cool. I like it.
It sounds like a fucking MMA gym.
They sound like a group of guys that will beat you up. It sounds like an anime based in London.
Yeah, I guess so.
Blackpool specifically, actually.
Oh, yeah, specific, yeah. But
But yeah, they also
it sounds like a definitely an MMA gym where you just walk in, there's some tough dudes in there, and you just kick the shit out of some bags.
right. Also, they invited people to join them, but said it won't be easy getting in this group. So that's the thing.
I mean, Wheeler Yuta just shook his hand, now he's gonna go into the group.
I don't think he did. He just got slapped, and that was it.
No, that's how you get in. You just get slapped.
I think you have to get your ass kicked. It's like the salty spittoon, you know. You sit out there, they're like, "How tough are you?" Yeah, then that's how you get in.
Yeah, I guess so.
Next up, we get to the MJF promo. Uh, you know, did the usual. Went after Texas real quick, so he's gonna have a match with CM Punk at some point. Says that he owns Wardlow and that Wardlow will do whatever he wants because he's contracted to MJF. Wardlow comes out, is taken down by security guards, and that's
How? This
really it.
never works, man. How?
This is a one. There was 10 dudes there. I guess Wardlow's like, you know what? I don't know too much about the mathematics and all that, but this looks like a lot of people.
Yeah. It never works. They always just explode or something. Like, I guess he's no Brock Lesnar, that's for sure.
If he came out in a cowboy hat, maybe some overalls, maybe a man bun,
He would have had the
beard.
power. Yeah.
He's not
But,
Farmer Brock.
I really love MGF. Like, he just makes the best out of literally nothing. But this is something. I'm just saying, like, he could do whatever the fuck he said. He can say whatever the fuck he wants. He'll make it sound great. It'll be the most dramatic thing you've ever seen. He's literally the best that they have on the mic.
Yeah, it's
No doubt.
fantastic promo. I don't know if you saw it earlier, that report that MJF's gonna let the contract he has run out and he offers from all sides.
The most compelling fucking dude in all of pro wrestling is
Yeah,
MJF.
I, I'm very
I mean, Roman
curious.
Reigns is a competitor to that, but I think MJF takes the fucking W, nonetheless.
I I like them both a lot for different reasons. I don't really have
Yeah.
a favorite over them, but they're
I mean,
both really
Roman
good
Reigns is like
heels.
that typical fucking villain, right? MJF is a way worse villain, though. Like, you don't want to get on MJF's bad side.
I don't know if it's that. he's a typical villain. I don't know what it is about Roman Reigns. Maybe it's just that because he's the only good thing happening on that product. They're like he's amazing, or if it's just the fact that he's actually written decently, whatever it is.
Well, he's actually fucking good because he implements parts of himself into the gimmick.
Right. And I like that, but I'm just curious, like, if everyone else was written that way, would we feel the same way? Is what.
Yes. The answer is yes. Like, if Drew McIntyre was written the same way as a babyface and he's, like, the ultimate babyface, you'd feel a different way about Drew McIntyre. But just because he's not, he's corny. That's just how it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, if
Well,
everyone had the same amount of freedom as the AEW wrestlers on WWE television, they'd be way better versions of their characters. And if
that's very
MJF
true.
goes to WWE at some point, which he won't, like, because 'cause they're just water him down. He doesn't wanna get watered down, I bet. So,
Yeah.
I mean, the money talks, though, so who knows?
Now I can't imagine that he want to go there because if he tried that stick that he has where he's a heel all the time, they'd shut that down immediately.
Yeah.
You think he can insult a
Honestly,
kid like that at a meet and greet and WWE can get away with it?
definitely not. Like, you can't fucking say a lot of he'll just become I don't wanna say he'll become The Miz, but he'll probably be better than The Miz,
Yeah.
I feel, because The Miz has gotten worse, like, recently, I think.
Look, I'm
But
telling
when
you,
it
10
comes
years
down
being
to
written like that, you know.
yeah, I mean, honestly, The Miz has a lot of fucking good shit, but I think MJF definitely is better than him. But I still think he'll be similar in the way that he can't say the shit that he says on AEW television and curse all the time and say these shitty things to the crowd and whatnot, and to his opponents and shit like that, so
Nothing
I just
against
don't think it'll work out as a partnership, you know?
right, nothing against Miz. I'm sure some people will put the Miz versus John Cena from WrestleMania 27 in their top three Mania matches of all time. But
Yeah,
personally, I
I
would.
would. I would. I think it's a good match, you know? It's a
Uh,
barricade spot, you know?
somebody has to. Uh,
Yeah,
anyways, at the end of this, MJF
yeah.
also says that the Pinnacle will not be splitting up. They're actually doing very good. That FTR is going after the tag titles and doing more stuff in the tag division.
Yeah, I always forget the Pinnacle's a thing, but the Pinnacle actually exists, and that's kinda weird.
Yeah, not really. Not to
They
me
always
anyway.
come out and, like, attack somebody at some point. I'm like, "Wow, they're here, and they're a group again," you know?
Mm.
So I don't know, I feel like they need to be more of a group than, you know, separate and then eventually come together when shit gets better or something.
Right now, I prefer it this way because otherwise you end up with an inner circle situation where you're tired of the group thing.
I feel like what you do is you get rid of a lot of the groups that is in AEW because they have so many factions and stables and shit like that, that they don't need the AFO. I'll be honest, they don't need the AFO. They never needed the HFO. So,
Yeah,
you get rid of that, get rid of some other people and their groups. Dark Order is not doing much, I'll be honest. So, I mean, I wouldn't be mad at that splitting up. But I'd rather them change character than split up, to be honest.
yeah. I don't know. It's a weird thing. And his Dark Order is fun and all. It's just they don't hit the same without Brody Lee.
I'd really rather them change character, have a different leader, and do something else or something like that than split up because they're all great people together. But you know, is what it is. I mean, they would have to get through the Hangman Page storyline to even do that, probably.
I think the problem with the Dark Order is they're great, like as an act, but there's not one person you see in there that really stands out as a guy who can break out of that mid card portion of the card.
Me personally, I look at like John Silver as the most entertaining person I see from that group. Haven't seen much of Evil Uno and Grayson since they first began in AEW, where they've felt like important, and then that's kind of where it's at. I mean, I guess NJ does some stuff here and there.
Yeah, haven't seen her in
Like
a
Hangman
while though.
Page, they all just support Hangman Page. They're all the Adam Page Associates. They're out the Adam Cole Appreciation Society. Adam Page Appreciation Society.
The Apis, some would say,
A piss, yeah.
or the AJS, the Hangman Appreciation Society, that has.
Oh yeah, that has.
Yeah. Well, anyways, that's a conversation for later. Let me move on to a best friend
Wait, hold
segment.
on. So
Mhm.
MGF, he was like, "Yo," I don't know when he said this. It may have been recent, but I saw it recently. He was like, "Yo, I really love what WWE are doing, and I love watching Raw and SmackDown. And Bruce Pritchard's the best at booking, and Vince McMahon's great." Like, he's the best heel in the world, is what I say.
That is fantastic. Yeah, work right
He's
there.
such a great heel, dude. People are like, "I can't tell if he's working us or if he's really shooting on." Like, no, he doesn't believe that shit. He's literally just being a fucking heel. So like, he knows he'll get under your skin with that fucking just saying WWE is great, you know?
Honestly, if you truly believe that he believes that, odds are you're probably from Texas and listen to country music. I don't know what to tell you.
Most likely, yeah, for sure.
Anyways, now we move on to the best friends segment where out of nowhere,
They're not best friends.
yeah,
That's what we learned.
out of nowhere, Trent just goes, "No, Wheeler, I think you're a piece of shit. I hate you, but these guys like you, so we're cool for now." And then Wheeler goes, "You know what? I also hate you, and I'm just trying to do what's good for my career by joining Team Regal, and that is all."
What happened, man? They were the
I
best of friends.
I feel like we missed a part of the storyline.
If they were such best friends, then how'd they split up so quickly? You think they'd have a conversation or 2 about it, first.
Yeah,
But they were
at
just like,
least
"Nah, I'm leaving you, and I hate you, and I hate you. Okay, I'm outta here for good."
poor Orange Cassidy and Chuck Taylor sit in the back like, I don't know. This is
Having a
really
pose.
caught me off guard.
Yeah. "I
So
object to your hatred of me."
I mean, as best friends, are you allowed to hate your fellow friends? I mean,
I mean, yeah, you're allowed, but
I know, but
not
permanently,
there it doesn't make you best friends, that's for sure.
that's what I'm saying. I mean, can you even be in that group anymore
Yeah,
legally?
true. He's gotten in over his head or, he's gotten too much in his head that tells him he should join Regal's group. I don't know.
I would just like to know the legalities and logistics in that situation. Is all.
I don't know, man. He thinks he's gonna be the better wrestler and whatnot.
I mean, honestly, that'd probably be true. Actually, working with Moxley and Bryan would probably make you a very good wrestler.
Yeah. I mean, what does he do though? Is he a singles guy at that point?
Mm, I think he's more or less a trainee for those guys.
A prospect?
Yeah, like William Regal's little NXT guy in a group of main roster guys
Yeah,
for
yeah.
now.
I feel like he goes for TNT Championship gold.
In a couple months, sure.
I mean, not even a couple months, maybe even a month if he proves himself in time.
I don't think that's gonna happen because you have to do the whole breaking away from the best friends thing, getting into
He
Team
didn't
Regal
have to.
thing.
I mean, they did it. You saw it. He was like, "Look,
Technically
man,
not.
I don't want to be in
Technically
your
not.
group." And then he goes over there, and then boom, he's gonna be like, "Oh, I want to join your group." And they'll be like, "Oh, okay, I saw what you did. I slapped you in the face. Actually, your face print's still in my hand. It's crazy." Anyway, join the group.
Well, technically, he hasn't actually gotten into that group yet. No, he hasn't fully disbanded. He hasn't said anything to Orange or Chuck Taylor.
Well, maybe he doesn't need to.
I think
Maybe
he
it's
would
already
have to.
done. It's already done.
I think to break away from a group, you have to declare that you're out to more than one person.
What about Chris Statlander? Where's she at? Oh
She's in
yeah,
her
she's
own
on
thing.
the show. She did something else.
She's in her own bland feud that we'll talk about
Is she
later.
even a friend?
We haven't even seen her on the same screen. I mean, she's more, at least Wheeler, it's more of a friend there.
Yeah, true. They were hanging out together. That's more than what Chris Statlander was doing. Wiping off face paint on her face.
I don't mean to be that guy, but I'm just throwing this out there. Feel free to correct me otherwise. But from what I got the impression of, best friends were just hanging out, Wheeler Yuta, all of them together. And then Tony Schiavone came along, started instigating, and then this happened.
That's true, man. Tony Schiavone. That's why my homies hate Tony Schiavone because he just
Uh,
instigates.
He starts all these problems, man. They were having a good time before this. They were gonna go out and get a drink after the show. And Tony Schiavone comes along like, "Oh, Wheeler, what was that whole thing about last week? Are you trying to leave the best friends?"
Yeah, that's why I'm glad all my homies didn't turn on me, man. Because Tony Schiavone, who knows what he could do.
Comes up to you in your group and he goes, "Vincent, is it true that you're not a true ass grappler?" And then yeah, it's a whole thing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's that for that segment.
Yeah. Moving on to personally one of my favorite like actual in ring matches on the show, Cole versus Lethal. I really enjoyed
Well, I
this.
mean, you put two great wrestlers in the ring together. What are they going to do? Put on a great wrestling match. I mean, it's kind of like the first match, I guess, with CM Punk and Harwood, but still.
I I know this wasn't a whole feud match or whatever, and it didn't have to go longer, but I would have liked if it went longer,
It's
personally.
a little callback to Ring of Honor as well for, all that nostalgia and whatnot.
Mhm.
It's not even really nostalgia, but I mean, they were there for a little while, you know?
Yeah, 2016 times, something like that. That's when their feud
Yeah,
happened. I
yeah,
think
they
it
spent a lot
was
of time there.
wasn't it Adam Page who shaved, Jay Lethal's head in Ring of Honor? Wasn't that a thing?
Uh, it may have been actually. Yeah, because they were in the same group together.
Yeah. Uh, anyways, it was an enjoyable match. I had a lot of fun with it. Would like
I
to
think the
see
Young
a
Bucks were
longer.
there too, weren't they?
I believe they were, weren't they?
I feel like they
They
were. I
had
feel
to
it was
be.
Adam Cole. I think it may have been Adam Page a little bit, but I think it was Young Bucks too.
Yeah, they had to be there. They probably were.
They were holding Jay Lethal, maybe.
It sounds about right. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, probably.
So, anyways, Cole wins after some involvement from the Undisputed Era or Red Dragon. And Cole says he's still going after the AEW title, so this feud is still happening.
Yeah,
Um,
they were like, "Oh man, you did it. Good job, dude."
I, honestly, I really don't like the way this feud's been going so far. Mm, It's
It's
not really
not
that interesting to me.
interesting. It's not. It doesn't have the drama. There's nothing really backing it up. I mean, the most we get is a few attacks every now and then. That's it. That's what's building the feud.
I
It's like,
don't,
"I
I don't,
hate you. I hate you too, man." And that's how it's going.
it started off being this weird afterthought thing. I don't really have any any actual blood feud thing going on
"You
there.
don't have the balls to come out here and fight us." And then Hangman Page is like, "Yeah, I'll come out there and fight you." And they're like, "Wait, hold on. He came out here to fight us." And then he starts whipping him with this belt, and then they attack his ass and shit.
Yeah, the Team Christian has to come out and help him. So I mean that feud's also continuing, but hopefully Red Dragon win the tag team titles out of this.
I really hope so. I mean, like, I can't believe the backup is still Jurassic Express.
This was perfect Dark Order time. I know they had their own thing going on, but this was perfect Dark Order stuff right here.
Yeah, really, honestly. And then they all
Well,
get their ass kicked nonetheless because of their Dark Order.
I mean, yeah, yeah, but still.
Yeah.
Uh, anyways, that feud's still going on. Not a big fan of that. We're gonna move forward to the Archer, Dustin Preble. They're gonna be having a match come Rampage,
I don't really
and
know what this is about, though.
me neither. I'm also lost about this. It seems like it really came out of nowhere. This one.
Two big dudes fighting.
And yeah, nothing wrong with that. Last time they fought, I'm pretty sure Archer took Dustin out for a couple weeks, building up to the Cody match.
Yeah.
But I'm sure there's some story to this. I don't know what it is, but I'm sure there's something there. And it should be an okay match or a decent match.
Yeah, it should be good.
Uh,
I'm not really
next,
excited for it, though.
I mean, I'm not gonna watch Rampage for it. I'd much rather watch it for the Swerve versus Starks match. But
Exactly. Like, that match is gonna be gold, man.
it is that should be a really good one.
It's gonna be so good. I want Isaiah Cassidy to just rise up not Isaiah Cassidy, what am I saying? I want Swerve, Shane Strickland to fucking rise up the rankings and be fucking great, dude.
It is true. I honestly, a match between Starks and Strickland, given time, could be a lot of fun. So I'm very interested in that.
Yeah, definitely.
So next up, um, a promo segment that wasn't the worst thing on the show because there was something that topped that, believe it or not. Um, the
Oh my
Sammy,
god, how, man? How'd they do this on the same fucking show? Bro, how they do that on the same damn show?
there's a will, there's a way.
How, bro? How, Tony, man? You do so many great things and then you put two terrible motherfuckers on the show. And
Yeah,
I don't understand you, Tony.
it's-
You let this happen to us. You hired Vicky Guerrero for what?
yeah,
Anyway, whatever.
brought in the two most genuinely unlikable people that they're not good heels. They just no one wants them to be there, and you got that confused with them being good heels. And I don't know how to tell you that it's not the case, Tony.
I don't know. We'll talk about it more in a little.
So anyway, starts off Sammy and Tay are upset with the American Top
Tie.
Team.
It's like a tie, like on your shirt, my guy.
I told you I will not get the name correct until 2K gives us a good GM mode. I'm
Well, I
sick
mean,
and
they gave
Taylor.
us a good GM mode.
No, they did not, and that's a lie.
It's true, man. You got your GM mode, you enjoyed it, you're addicted to it, it's all good.
I haven't played in like a week.
That's what you say, but I know you, and you've been playing it
My
every day.
Rise, my Rise have been playing nonstop. My faction, 100%. My GM haven't touched in a week.
That's because you can't win, you're not good. You
That's
suck, you're trash, you're washed.
that's because everyone on my roster will lose a match and then blame me for the fact that they can't win,
Well,
even
you can
though,
help them win by playing.
oh no, that's not the case. I mean, yes, it is, but also I'm not going to do that because I'm not playing for every match on the card. It's just not going to happen.
Well, why do you book so many matches you need to play?
Because, well, first of all, I only book 3 on the show because that's how much I'm allowed to book. And also, I book it because that's what gets stars. And then sometimes it doesn't get stars. And like, what's the system to get stars is all I want to know.
I don't know, man. That's what we need answers for.
So, anyways, they're having this promo in the ring, and then Dan Lambert comes out
It's
with
like, ah, yeah, hey. Well, it started off fine. Like, I think it was fine, but it just got worse and worse and worse and worse, bro.
It's not off fine. He starts bragging about American Top Team. Paige Van Sant, sure, you just got her. Makes sense. Brags about Ethan Page was done nothing for like a whole year. Just kind of been there.
He looks good, man. With him in
Eh,
his Arby's pants.
I will never forgive him for that. That's absolutely despicable. Should have been fired on the spot just for wearing this.
Yeah, should have been.
But yeah, he says Orange Cassidy is subscribed to Paige Van Zant's OnlyFans. That's why he always has the hands in the pockets. He's a Paige
That
Van
was
Zant
that was good
simp.
stuff. That was good stuff.
Why Orange Cassidy specifically, I don't know what he did to him.
Because he
It's
has the hands in the pants, man. It was all part of the joke.
I mean, he was doing that before, whatever.
Well, I mean, it doesn't matter, bro.
And then, he says some questionable things about Conti, you know,
Yeah, questionable. Yeah. Pretty fucked up.
just slightly. And yeah, they're like, "You guys want to give Sammy his shot at the title?" And they both laugh and walk away. And then uh, Dan Lambert kisses the title that he has. And then Sammy and Ty say that they did things to that title that they should not have been doing.
Bro, it
And
just gave me flashbacks to the whole Page in WWE situation.
they knew what they were doing. They had to know what they were doing.
They had to know that was the fucking thing, right?
Wrestlers who do disturbing acts to the belts, man. Where else is that going to go?
Yeah, that's just yeah, that's something.
You know for a fact that Sammy Guevara, Brad Maddox set belt, man.
I mean, they posted the picture on fucking Twitter, so
I didn't know there was a picture of it.
yeah, without the cum, of course.
Well, I would hope so.
Yeah,
That's just too far. But
probably edited it out or something,
maybe. But
or maybe I didn't look close enough. I mean, I don't know.
and then they said the line though, which is how the segment ended, that they were now inside Dan Lambert.
And that was funny. I laughed. He threw on the ground and shit. He was like, "Oh my god!" Oh. So I was like, "Oh, funny."
Yeah, kind of funny. It's what
Yeah,
it is. This feud continues, I guess.
I don't like it. I don't like the feud.
No, mainly because of the Dan Lambert involvement.
Yeah,
I've said
that's
it
why.
before. I'll say it again. American Top Team's not working for me. Just gonna throw that out there.
Yeah, nope. No, thank you. I'd rather have them all separate, and maybe maybe Paige Van Zant could have be there and whatnot. And I don't know really what to do with these people.
I just throw Page Van Zandt team. Just
I
let
get that
Taz.
he's the gate to the fucking UFC or whatever the fuck, but I mean, he's such an unlikable guy, man.
Hey, Taz manager heel, man. That's all. Taz, Jake
Unlikable in
Roberts.
the worst way possible. Like you can be unlikable, like MGF type shit, where it's like, oh, at least I'm entertained by you,
Is
but
that is
it's
everyone
not even that
unlikable?
good.
Like good at your job, unlikable. It's just you're really annoying. I really wish you weren't here. You make me want to actively turn off the television, but I can't because I'm reviewing the show later. I gotta see what comes after this. And you're really just making this more difficult than it has to be. Yeah.
He's male Vicky Guerrero.
And if you need a comparison, there's one on the show.
No, there's an actual Vicky Guerrero on the show. Yeah,
Right, so we talked about Swerve and Starks being announced for Rampage. We can skip past that.
yeah.
Then we
He
get
said,
to
was this like them talking though?
It was kind of the same deal as the Dustin Archer promo.
Yeah. He's like, "I'm gonna
So,
turn this place into Swerve's house."
so this is not Texas. This is Swerve's house. He also refuses to acknowledge Texas, mainly because
See, he changed the name of
Texas,
Texas too.
just to avoid saying Texas. I mean, come on, guys.
Exactly.
Right, so we move on
Now we're
to
gonna get Stone Cold on the podcast because of this.
definitely. So that's in the
We're the
whole
biggest
promo.
heel in the business, man.
This is the route to getting big people on your podcast. You just keep going after their hometown until they come over and they're like, you know
Yeah, that's
what?
how you build a WrestleMania caliber match.
Not even a match.
Not saying it's a match. We can't even say it's a match, but you know it's a match because it's being built like a match. And they're like, oh, they give hints and shit. But in reality, it's not a match. But it's gonna be a match. You already know.
What they've said though is that Stone Cold is training for a quote unquote fight scene. That's the actual phrasing that they use for the
He shows
reports.
up in the cinematic thing. He's not even at the show. It's a
That's
fucking video.
I hope it's Kevin Owens gets hit by the ATV. I hope that's all it is.
Yeah, he's
There
gotta
is
train for the ATV spot. He's gotta like drive it around his property and be like, "All right, so I'm gonna go over here, Kevin. You're gonna stand right there. Boom! That was too much power, Stone Cold. That was too much fucking power, Steve."
now what I'm gonna do there, Kevin, is you're gonna stand there, yeah, and I'm gonna throw these beers at your head, and I'm gonna go full
Mhm.
force
Are
straight
they
into your
full cans? Yes. He starts throwing them. Ow! 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 Take cover! Take cover!
Stone Cold doesn't half-ass anything, okay? It can at least be half. No, no, they cannot. Full
He
cans,
knocks his ass out.
ice
He
cold.
opens. He takes the cans. He busts them open. Starts drinking.
He throws a can, hits some poor production assistant in the head.
Yeah.
He's like, "Ah, damn." He's just so thrown off, he swears the ATV into the wall.
Hell yeah.
Stone Cold, Stone 316, 316. Cuts away.
Yeah.
That's all.
That's it. I mean, that would be a good segment.
And then you have commentary and go, that's Stone Cold honoring Texas right there.
That's what Texas is all about. Cold.
Giving people concussions and driving in the walls. That's Texas.
It's Texas.
All right, so
They
time
have
for
St.
the
Cheeks coming for you.
man. That is if she can get out from under the sea into Texas.
I mean, she can. She's a fucking squirrel.
You remember that one episode, by the way, where that she went to Texas and she was just an actual squirrel.
Yeah, she's an actual squirrel. She's not like because she has a suit on underwater.
I know.
It's an air tank,
I love how they went through the whole process of being an actual squirrel.
and
That
she
was pretty.
lives in a air tank too.
That's obviously how I win. I put on my own suit and then crack the lid of Sandy's helmet. Obviously,
That's her only weakness. Well, I mean, no, because okay, so
and crack the dome.
you'd have
Obviously,
to be underwater though.
I know I'd have my own suit. Is what I would do,
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
and I'd crack the dome also just to prove a
Wait,
point.
unless she has the first like punch or something, and then she'll crack yours open. And you'll be like, "Oh no, this plan didn't work out."
I'll hire SpongeBob to distract her with karate, obviously, and then I would throw a beer can.
That's karate to you.
And then I would throw a beer can from the bushes at the helmet.
Didn't crack. It didn't crack. The beer cracked. The beer did.
Well, then the suds would make obscuring the vision, obviously,
Yeah, true.
and then that's when I show up with the AC.
No, no. It's over for you, squirrel. What?
Anyway, that's my plan for
How to beat a squirrel underwater.
how to be a very proud Texan squirrel. Yeah, that's how you do it.
Yep.
So next up, it's time for the mandatory AEW women's match on the card: Layla Hirsch
Yeah.
versus Red Velvet.
It was
And
fine. It was
yeah,
fine.
yeah, it is what it is. This feud continues. It's not very entertaining, but it continues. And,
Yes. I'm not sure what the fuck's going on, honestly.
I mean, Statlander could be doing better, so I'm going to say, and we're just going to throw it out there and move on. I think.
Yeah, I think so.
Speaking of people that also don't have much going on, Jade Cargill's backstage playing a celebration for a match that hasn't been announced yet, but it will happen at some point.
She's a star, bro.
She's great and all. I just would like to see a storyline going on there.
She is such a star. She's so great. With her promos and shit, and the manager is perfect.
Mark Sterling, yeah.
Everything about her act is great.
I like what she's doing. Yeah, I just want more storylines going on there.
Yeah, me too.
But one storyline that is happening that maybe doesn't have to be happening the way it's happening. Thunder Rosa and Nyla Rose, Vicky Guerrero.
This
Now
was so
I
bad, bro.
now I went to the bathroom, assuming I have time during the entrance, but I actually missed the promo part, so if you can fill everyone in on that.
Bro, I don't even know what the fuck happened, bro. So she was talking all that shit, bro, Vicky Guerrero, and then they were going back and forth, and there was some fucked up shit said, and then they got into a fight or whatnot, and that's how this segment ended.
Well, Nyla Rose came out. That's the part I did see.
Yeah, Nyla Rose came out, blah, blah, blah. They got into a fight. I'm not really sure what Nyla Rose has to do with the whole entire thing, because she hasn't been on television in so long, but whatever.
She very much it feels like they didn't know what other heel to throw at Thunder Rosa. So they
There's
just
so
said,
many fucking talents on the damn roster in the women's division. I just think they don't want to fucking book them for some reason. For
this is
some
what
odd fucking reason, I think they're just against booking.
this is honestly what happens when you don't have any other heels that are available at the moment.
Yeah, it's
Jade
honestly
Cargill's
fucking shit.
Jade's the champion over there. You got Serena Deeb doing her own thing. Yeah, no other options. Nyla
Serena
Rose.
Deeb's not doing shit. Like, no matter
She's
what,
doing the
she's
Sheeta
not
feud.
doing anything. It's nothing though. Like, what's actually happening with that?
Well, I mean, it's happening though, and that's the thing. And nothing against Nyla Rose getting the shot, by the way. It's just there's no storyline reason that I can see as to why she'd get this match.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Not into it.
I mean, I'm sure the match will be good. I'm just not into the upcoming promos that will be happening.
Yeah, I'm not into it.
If this was any look into how that's gonna go, I'm fine. You can hold on to that actually.
This match might be good though.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Good match, just more build up.
Yep.
So next up, we did the final part of the show. Silver and Reynolds going up against Jericho and Garcia of the Jericho Appreciation Society. And it's basically what you'd expect. It's 10 minutes. The Jericho Appreciation Society win. That is all there is.
And that was it for the show.
Yeah. So
Uh,
overall, I think it's pretty thumbs in the middle.
I think so too.
It's very. I mean, if you want to watch it, knock yourself out. It's not gonna hurt you. But if you're gonna miss it, I mean, you're not missing much.
Yep. You want to do the outro?
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, do the outro. All right.
Me specifically, the actual.
Yup, do the outro.
Oh wow, I don't do this usually. Um, what I know from why you do it sometimes is that you guys should 100% follow us on Twitter, follow us on Instagram, follow us on all the social media platforms that we are in fact on. There's plenty of them, I'm
All
sure.
right, I'm gonna
And
leave, and I'm gonna leave you with the outro. Okay, is that cool?
we're gonna leave.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay. Well,
So you just do your thing. I'll be back after the show.
okay, cool. Yeah. So, anyways, follow us on all the social media platforms: Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, all that fun stuff. Of course, check us out wherever you find your podcasts. We're on all the platforms: Spotify, Apple, of course. Leave the 5-star review if you can. If you're watching this on YouTube, please do us the honor and the favor of liking, commenting, and subscribing. There's just plenty of content coming out. As a matter of fact, we did our first Twitch stream also. So if you want to go check us out on Twitch, that'd be cool too. But if you can't, we have the highlights going up, or at least most of the stream going up, coming up soon. Thank you for joining us. I'll talk to you guys later.